Smash that like button if you wouldn't stop cursing. If the WWE told you to stop cursing, if Michelle told me to stop smashing snow bunnies, most likely I wouldn't stop.
So, I'm hearing that the World Wrestling Federation has considered telling their fans not to curse at live events. And I'm like, why would you even consider that? Why would you police fans about their language? That makes no sense. What about Rocky Maivia? How about you police his language? It's just, that would make no sense if they even considered that goofy statement. Why would you police your fans? Especially when you raise up your ticket prices. You got some nerve trying to tell people how to talk and not to use bad language on live TV. Last time I checked, we are not your employees. Hell, we employ you because we're the ones that's paying your salaries by paying for tickets, paying for merch. So you cannot police your fans about their language because you never police people about saying CM Punk, because this is the United States of America. You cannot police people's language. Last time I checked, this is a free country in America. Listen, stop being lazy and just use your censored button to drown out the audience. You cannot police people on live TV. Based on that fact alone, look at Cody Rhodes. Look at Las Vegas. For some strange, odd reason, they booed Cody Rhodes. So you cannot control people's emotions. You cannot control people's actions at live events. That would be a huge mistake if the World Wrestling Federation actually considered this, because the fans would revolt. The fans would reject that idea and they would challenge you. They will curse even more if you told them not to. All I'm saying is, do not turn into YouTube where you police people's language. Listen, I don't care what anybody else says. I think becoming a YouTube guy, that's the hardest job in the world. I don't care what anybody else says, because this job is not guaranteed. This job is hard. It's hard to become the next I Show Speed. It's hard to become the next Logan Paul, because each video you upload is not guaranteed to do well. That's why this job is hard. Man, I've been doing this for the past 5 years. I should be at maybe 25,000 views per video at this point, but I'm not, even though I'm talented as fuck. And yet, it's hard to average that per week, per video. That's hard. Because when you're monetized, the algorithm makes you jump through hoops. Because if you curse too much, they might bury you in the algorithm. People think, oh, that's all you do is upload videos. Yeah, that's the easy part. The hard part is trying to attract viewers to watch you. That's the hard part that people miss. Trying to tell people, hit the goddamn like button, because that's important for every YouTube video. But let's talk about Raw on Netflix. Why would they tell people do not curse in the audience when you're on Netflix? You can curse on Netflix. It's just, hearing this news is so disappointing, because in the near future, we might not hear cursing promos based on this fact alone. Now, I'm not saying cursing is a good thing in the World Wrestling Federation, but cursing can sometimes come across as a good thing in certain angles when it comes to the realism factor. But that's crazy. If you're charging people thousands of dollars to come to your shows, but you tell them don't curse, don't say this, don't do that, that's crazy. Because my all-time favorite chant is shut the F up. That's my all-time favorite chant that the audience says when they don't like a heel. Also, when the audience uses bad language, that can also put over the heel, because that means as a heel, you have crazy heat. If the audience is using bad language towards you. But You cannot tell damn near 5,000 people, 10,000 people in your audience don't use curse words. That's hard. You cannot tell all those people not to use curse words and to police their language. Now, I can understand telling your roster not to curse too much because I feel like cursing should be for top guys only. Cursing should be for top females only, right? Mid-card guys should never curse. You have not earned that right to curse. Why? Because you're a mid-card guy. You don't deserve to use bad language. Like, unless Karrion Kross is about to be pushed as a top guy, if not, he should not be cursing. But if you plan on pushing Karrion Kross as a top guy, then yes, he should be allowed to curse in promos. But cursing should be for top guys only, like a CM Junk, a Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, Seth Freaky Rollins. Back when Cody Rhodes told John Cena, stop being a whiny little bitch. But that's Cody Rhodes. He can say that. Cody Rhodes is a top guy. Okay, for example, even I'm trying to cut back on my cursing in my videos because I feel like I'm a mid-card YouTube guy. To me, I don't deserve to curse as much in my videos based on the fact that I'm a mid-card YouTube guy. Let's be real. But I'm only a mid-card YouTube guy based on politics. For some strange reason, YouTube doesn't want to push my channel, which makes me a mid-card guy by that same logic. So, if the World Wrestling Federation wants to police their roster about not cursing, okay, that's cool. I can understand that. But you cannot police thousands of strangers in your audience about not cursing because, listen, bruh, you don't pay them. They pay you. They pay your salary. Do not censor your audience because it's bad enough hearing Triple H say, man, I don't like when people criticize the product. Those people are whiners and complainers. I'm like, well, don't give them a reason to complain based off that logic. How about you book better shows? How about you push better talent? And then we wouldn't complain about your roster and your shows. Don't blame us. How about you blame yourself? Produce a good product and we won't have to complain about your booking. How about you push Austin Theory? Okay, for example, I hate when people tell me that Jack Perry should put on more muscle. Jack Perry should add on more weight, more muscle. Why? Tell me, why? What about Dirty Ass Dominic? Last time I checked, Dirty Ass Dominic is not a bodybuilder. Last time I checked, Austin Theory is a bodybuilder. He has the best body in the World Wrestling Federation. Okay, why is he a jobber? So, by your logic, him being muscular is doing nothing for Austin Theory. So what makes you think being swole and jacked up is going to help Jack Perry? If it's not helping Wardlow, it's not helping Austin Theory. So tell me, what is that going to prove if Jack Perry adds on muscle? Dirty Ass Dominic has no muscle. So please shut the hell up about that logic. I'm sorry, this is 2025. At this point, muscles do not help you. Let's be real. Nobody cares about being swole and jacked up in this era. If Austin Theory is a job guy with that body, it's like y'all act like Ray Phoenix is a big, buff, jacked up dude. Y'all act like Malachi Black is a big, buff, jacked up dude. No, nobody cares about being buff, big, and jacked up. Nobody cares about that anymore. It's about character development. It's about promos. It's about having a gimmick, having a connection with the audience. Jack Perry has a connection with The audience. That's all that matters. Nobody cares about being buff, jacked up. Nobody cares about that anymore. So, do I believe that the World Wrestling Federation will go through with this by telling their audience not to curse, not to use bad language? I'm going to say no. They would be foolish to tell their audience not to curse and not to use bad language. Because by doing that, the heels suffer. How am I supposed to know that I have heel heat if the audience is not cursing at me, right? Because eventually that audience will tell Seth Freaky Rollins to shut the F up. Eventually, I guarantee it, that will happen down the line. That audience will tell Seth to shut the F up about his long, drawn-out promos. I guarantee it. It will happen.